Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to pretty black women on TikTok attacking black men for saying that they're undateable. Let's get right into it.
It's one thing to say, hey, I've tried it this way. I'm not going to only date black. I'm going to date outside of my race, other people. I'm going to be all inclusive. That's one thing. I don't think that is self-hate.
Oh, well, first, it's not self-hate, but it is interesting when you use it as a stat when you say these ain't shit. So
no, that's different. I'm saying like, hey, I've tried this. I'm only dated inside my race. I'm gonna be open to dating people outside of my race. But when I think that you try to couple it with an excuse, well, the reason that I dated majority white or I gravitated to white women is because black women always put me down. No, don't put that on us.
I know, and we have to move on, but it's like the exact same thing.
Gender wars!
Gender wars! We're back. You're saying that all of these that I've dated ain't shit, or you want to go date somebody else, just go date them. But when you say that you're dating them because all of these black guys
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
You did it because that's what you wanted to do. Don't blame black women. And black women, don't blame black men.
Yeah, everyone has their finger pointed at somebody else. No one wants to just say that, hey, maybe you're ugly. Maybe you're fat. Maybe you're dumb. Maybe you smell. Okay? But this idea that, blame the entire race. I mean, I don't know if we blame the entire race, but I would say this as a black man. There are not that many desirable total package black women. They might be attractive in their appearance. They might, photograph well on Instagram. But as a whole, a lot of them are not great packages. And I've dated a lot of black women. I find black women to be the most attractive women in their natural state. But we rarely see black women in their natural state.
I absolutely love when these kind of black males say stuff like, oh, we don't date black women. No, hun, black women don't date you. Because let's just keep it a buck. Like, let's just keep it honest. The black males that act like they don't date black women are just the black males that black women have passed up on for years because something is wrong with them. Come on now. Black women don't date you. It's not the other way around.
Black women are passing up on somebody? That's news to me. Who are they passing up on? Because last time I checked, black women are the least married. So you can't afford to pass up on anybody, honestly. And this idea that black women are too good for somebody, I mean, it sounds good. It feels good. And, this is an attractive black woman. Shout out to her, even though I disagree with her. Like I said, I find black women attractive. But this narrative that, we only talk bad about black women because they passed up on us, could there be some men like that? Sure, but to me, most men are not like that. We're just sick of the way our women act. That, I don't think anyone is just against black women because of some kind of nefarious thing, right? It's just, they don't like your behavior, right? Is that like a surprise, or you guys get what we're saying?
I am loud with knowing what I need and ghetto when it comes to maintaining my standards. I am loud with knowing what I need and ghetto when it comes to maintaining my standards.
I could almost barely hear her because I was looking at her like, damn, girl, you're really pretty. But she's part of this whole wave that think black men just hate black women because, we are just wrong. Like, we have no good reason, right? We're just racist. That's the reason why, apparently.
This is a warning to fabulous black women who are in the dating trenches trying to find a young gentleman. Just so you know, you've already been betrayed. You're going to need a new game plan, and history and sociology are two things that can help you. So let's kick off this series with what we already know. And that's the dating apps you use or don't use, the reality shows you love to hate watch or you don't watch at all, or you love to watch in your cute pajamas with snacks. Let's think about why people want you to get excited when there is a black bachelorette, or for the casting of Love is Blind or Love Island USA. How does that actually improve your dating choices, and why should you be getting all excited about that? Usually these are things that make us roll our eyes. Like, we know she's fabulous, we're fabulous. What if you don't care or don't watch those shows? And don't you already have, with technology, all the available options to you anyways? You might think, okay, I have standards, I have my stuff together, and 60% of young men in the US are single. You have the internet, powerful algorithms, all sorts of apps that help you break out of the traditional limitations of the past where you could only date people who are like 35 or 50 miles from you. You're not in the 19th or 20th century, so you're not considered property, and as a black woman, you're considered now womanly. So technically, you could find and evaluate every eligible guy that you're interested in or who might be interested in you. Nope. And the tools you're using are probably actually working against you. And that is where the betrayal lies. The betrayal that April Williams, a sociologist and a professor, goes into in her book, Not My Type. Dating apps tend to promise two things. It'll either mimic the traditional experience of finding people local to you or running into them, you're just now doing it online, or it will give you the vast menu of options. People from all over, anywhere you could look. So you think, I'm going to see the full list of what's out there and I'm going to swipe to the bottom. Of course, you might think and have your preferences about which apps are better than other ones, but you might not realize that sometimes they are within a conglomerate like Match Group, and the data and the information of your profile that you're sharing on one app might actually be shared internally, which means your score and profile information from one app, that history drags with you to another app. This is not a clean break. You're not starting over here. And why does that matter? Well, a lot of these apps use a human-made algorithm to rate you and give you that score I'm talking about. That's an internal score, not something that like other people give you or you give yourself. Your attractiveness as a match is turned into this score before you even swipe with other people or anybody sees your profile. And that score determines who you see and who gets to see you. April Williams points out that they take your physical attributes, these algorithms, and then they optimize bias by pre-sorting who might be into you or who might not be into you. Now, this is something that can build over time, right? So what goes into your score is how long people stay on your profile, if people come across your profile, who sees you and how they interact with it. Now, this is supposedly an attempt to not waste your time with matches that you're not going to find unattractive. Because think about it, as a company, you're going to lose a customer if they keep coming to this app and they see people that they don't find attractive. So they make sure to push profiles that have higher scores. But what does this have to do with fabulous black women who find that their pickings are getting slimmer and slimmer? The algorithm is not scoring you off of this biological standard that's universal. It's subjective and biased, and it reflects the people who made it. So the closer you get to the definition of peak feminine attractiveness to this algorithm, the more success you have and the higher your score goes up. But what is that peak coded for? Thinness, whiteness, being super symmetrical, and looking blonde. So even if you know you're...
I'm just so tired of everything being attributed to racism. Right? Like, let's be honest here. Like, there's probably, I don't know, I use Hinge, there's Hinge standouts, and there's black women on my standouts. Women, well, I won't lie. Like, my standouts end up on my regular feed of women that I could like and stuff. I don't have to give them like a special rose or anything. So I always wondered about that. I'm like, why you guys put them on my standards and then put them on my regular list? I don't know, right? But, and I see these women, they're very attractive. And, you know, if there is an algorithm, it's not just based on the fact that you're black, your score's down, and you're white, your score's up. There's unattractive white women, and I'm sure the algorithm observes that, and there's attractive black women. I'm sure the algorithm observes that. But the bigger issue here is that black women are not taking accountability. Again, it's still somebody else. Somebody is so racist. Somebody is so racist against me. They just think black people are all ugly. Now, are there idiots like that? Yeah, but they tend to be ugly idiots. Okay, if you just think all black women are ugly, you're an idiot. But no one thinks that. I don't think anyone thinks that. There are a portion of people who don't like black women. I get it. But look, think about Trump. Even Trump's so racist, right? According to people, he's so racist. Then explain to me this. Why did Trump date a black woman? Oh yeah, you never heard of that, right? I actually had a comment on one of my previous videos. They talked about it. Comments from a guy named Lenny Link 8772. He said, Trump had a black girlfriend for over 2 years. 2 years, okay? Don't make this about skin color. Her name is Kara Young. Now, if you guys never heard of Kara Young, I'll put you up on game. I'm excited about that. I have no issues with that, okay? Kara Young can be found all over the internet. And I actually found some good pictures of her. So here's Kara Young. Look at her. Her and the Trumpy, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. Her and the Trump there, all right? Now, Kara Young actually was a model. Oh, no surprise there. And she's black, right? I mean, she's not the darkest skinned black girl, but neither was a girl complaining and crying racism either, right? And she was a model in the 80s, and, you know, she was on Victoria's Secret, and I think that's something to think about. She was a Victoria's Secret model in the 80s and 90s, and she covered Vogue magazine. She did campaigns for Revlon and L'Oreal. If the world was so racist, why would they put this black girl or biracial-looking black girl in anything, right? And by the way, she ended up marrying a billionaire. So even Trump, though Trump didn't date her and turn her into a wife, another white man did. And this is a proof to what I'm saying, that black women, no one's being racist against you. They just don't like you because we don't like how y'all carry yourselves. That's it.
And you know other people find you gorgeous. Profile might not get that many views, might not even be pushed. And that's because you're not ticking boxes that it's coded for. True attractiveness is this mixture of biology and cultural socialized norms, things and trends and images we've been socialized to see and respond to. We know this because it differs from culture to culture, and what you find is that people in the same made-up racial categories don't always just go for each other when given the chance. Because remember, it's not about genetics. Race is a made-up construct. In this book, Williams references
even if race is a made-up construct, we know we use it to describe something, right? When someone says a black man ran across the street, we kind of have an idea of descriptive-wise who they're talking about. They say a white woman ran across the street. It's a description, okay? Are we technically all one race? Absolutely, right? But we do have differences, and that's okay. You know, and I'm even here to say some of those differences are superior than others. For example, I think black skin is the superior skin. The darker your skin, the more superior it is, because it actually ages very well and it looks smooth and clean. My skin looks smooth all the time. I know some white boys, you know, they're in their 20s and their 30s, but their skin looks older. They will even tell you that. It's not me dissing them. They'll tell you that, you know, they got age spots and, you know, their skin's dry and stuff. People touch my skin like, oh my God, your skin's so smooth. I do put lotion on, and one of the reasons why I do put lotion on is because, you know, as black people, we see the dryness when we're dry. But for white people, if they have dry skin, you can't really tell. Their skin's all white, so dryness on top of, you know, moisturized skin, they look kind of similar, I guess. So maybe they have no incentive to do that. But me putting lotion on my body, my entire body, after I get out the shower every day for years, I think has softened up my skin, to be the real truth, and give me soft skin, which, by the way, women love, okay? That might be a black advantage. Let's say white women, or let's say this girl here who's biracial. By the way, she's defending black people so hard. Baby girl, some people probably don't even think you're black. Okay? Shout out to your gap. Her and that other girl, the first clip, they both had gaps. I love it. I think, you know, gaps don't actually help a girl, but sometimes it looks unique and attractive. I'm glad you have it. I have a gap myself, and I don't plan on closing it, even though the money's rolling in, right? I'm going to keep my gap the same way, the way Cameron should have. You know what I'm saying? That's another story. But the point is that, you know, she has superior hair because she's biracial, and that's okay. It's all right. I don't think black hair is bad, but I do think there's superior hairstyles for blacks, such as braids, right? I think braids look really good on girls. Locks, I think locks look really good on girls. Bob cut, right? The short little bob cut, right? Around the chin, I think that looks good. You know, so we have options too, but again, we just think it's just because of our race, and this is why I think black women believe this so hard. I think this is why they wear wigs, because they think their hair is so ugly that no one's going to like it. But to me, that's self-hate, because if you ask black men, something that black women never do, they never ask us a question about anything. If you ask us, we'll tell you, we like your natural hair better. I've never heard a man told me, man, I would date this black girl, but you know, she never wears weaves. She never wears wigs. You know, I'm not saying there's no value to weaves and wigs, right? I used to be a photographer for 10 years. I love doing wig photo shoots. I think wig photo shoots are great for photo shoots. I think all this makeup that women wear is great for photo shoots. It's great for pictures, okay? But in real life, no. Like, I can't snatch your wig off your head in a picture, but you can walking down the street or in a playground or at an amusement park, okay? The idea that your hair could fall off, like, imagine this, right? If you seen a black man with a beard, but you found out that his beard was glued on, would you respect it as the same? Or if you've seen a black man with braids, but you found out his braids was really a hair piece, a hair unit, would you really respect it? It's the same thing, right? It's a man who's bald-headed on his head and doesn't have a beard. If he's wearing a glued-on beard and a glued-on man piece, would you really respect it? Because that's how we view you guys for wearing hair that's not yours. We look at you guys like straight clowns.
We all have that one friend that will do anything but date a black girl. Now, I'm not talking about it in a racist way. I'm talking a black friend or a mixed race friend that will just never go for a black girl. There's always that one guy. We all know that one guy. You see him with Asians, snow bunnies, Blasians, light skins, but never black girl. Bro, if the girl's black, he's not going there. Like, damn, bro, did a black girl break your heart that bad, bro? You could ask him to choose to being whipped in his back 7 times or get with a black girl and he's choosing the whipping. Isn't your mom black, bro? Isn't your dad black? Someone needs to explain to me what black girls have done, because this shit is getting out of hand. One time a black girl popped up to one of my boys' snaps with hot eyes.
I want to stop him right there because he said that a black girl hurt you. This dude, I didn't know this, and I've never seen this video before, but apparently he's a simp. He's simping. He's agreeing with black women. It's ridiculous. Let me tell you something. Why does a black woman have to hurt you for you not to like black women? Why don't you can't just have a preference? You know, the gay people never get this. No one ever says a gay man, wow, what woman hurt you that turned you gay? No, everyone just accepts, oh, if someone wants to be a woman and they're man, oh, you know, that's really him. But if a black man wants to date someone outside his race, oh my God, so who hurt you? We shame. See, this is the reality. Right now, it's okay to shame heterosexual men for whatever you want. But the same man, if he chooses to be gay, all criticism goes away. But a man deciding to date another man is a choice, if it is, right? Or let's say you're born that way. Why can't I be born to just like Asian girls? Why can't I be born to just like Spanish girls? Why has it be evil plot? How come you guys haven't made an evil plot about the black men that don't date black women because they date men? How come there's no evil plot there? There never is. Because that's not the narrative the media wants to push. Because the media wants to push all gay people, we need to stand with them, we need to side with them. If you're not standing with gay people, you're wrong, blah, blah. It can't just be you're religious. It can't be that. It can't be, you have to be a bigot, a homophobe. You got to be all these things. You just can't have your own values. No, because we all know that you just have to accept homosexuality full in nowadays in 2025, right? But we don't, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But in the same breath, y'all don't accept black men just deciding to date women outside their race. It's ridiculous to me.
Part of me still believes that black men get with white women because they're more docile.
I don't think that.
Society makes us believe
white sister-in-laws.
They don't want to deal with a black woman that's going to hold you accountable. It's going to tell you that you need to get your stuff together. The white woman's going to let you just not all people.
I don't agree. I think it's how they do it.
What do you mean?
I think inside of Caucasian culture, I think that if you've only ever come from and you're inside of 2-parent family households and you don't necessarily have to see the struggle, you actually get to see your parent because they're not working 3 jobs to keep the lights on and make sure that you can go to daycare and play in sports. And they're not as frustrated because they're not working 3 jobs to keep the lights on and make sure that.
Oh, yeah. Both talking nonsense. I'm going to say this, because I thought it was so interesting. The girl said, people don't like, right, there's always a reason that makes black women look good for why black men don't date them. Oh, because white women are more docile and they're not going to hold you accountable. White women don't hold men accountable? Isn't that Karen's? So all of a sudden, white women just don't. So white women go for anything, right? But they're not single moms. And they're married more than, twice the amount of times that black women are married. But white women are the ones that let you get away with anything. Okay, that makes sense. But you guys are the ones dating the men that you despise and all this other stuff, and y'all are the most single moms in the world. Okay, that makes sense. I think it's funny she said that black women hold men accountable. Yeah, you know what? Let's say we agree on that. Let's say you do hold accountable. You all constantly posting your finger. You ain't this, you ain't that. You know the issue with that? Who would want to date someone that holds you accountable but can't hold themselves accountable? Who would want to date someone like that? You're quick to tell me what I'm doing wrong, but you can't look in the mirror and see what you're doing wrong. Why would I want to date someone like that? You're a hypocrite. Black women on average are hypocrites. They walk around dumbing their thumb in people's face on my, you ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't this. Mind you, girl, you are broke. You're broke. You grew up in the hood, right? You smell like Doritos and Hennessy, right? You don't even eat healthy. At least white people eat healthy. You don't even eat any grains, any vegetables, on average. Not all black girls, not all. But a large portion of y'all choose to behave this exact same way. Black women are obese at a 60-70% clip of the entire population of black women. So a lot of y'all are way overweight. And y'all think y'all cute. Y'all think y'all just thick. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what's so funny about it. Who wants to be with someone that's a hypocrite, that quick to say what's wrong with everyone else but themselves? Holds everyone else accountable but themselves. Nobody. Right? I would never want to be with anyone like that. That they're quick to tell you what's wrong with you, but they, for some reason, right? They just skip themselves. They don't hold themselves to that same scrutiny. Who wants to be with someone like that? Okay? I don't know why black women always put themselves on a pedestal. Oh, the reason why is because we've done something so right. No, not at all. I'm sorry, because you've done something so wrong. That's why. Listen, Asian women are the most married women in the country. They're not, Asian women don't make up the highest population of women in this country. I'm not saying there is or isn't discrimination against them, but there's possibly discrimination against them as well. But the way Asian culture is and the way Asian women are, they're more desirable as wives. Let's be honest, right? Even though, let's tell the truth, Asian women have girls that are on OnlyFans, only scams, right? They got girls that are, walking the streets, walking the blade, selling that punani, okay? They got a lot of the same problems we have, but on average, their public image is better than black women because people know of Asian women holding you down. Now, is it true for all of them? No. Jeezy, he's learning that lesson right now. Jenny Mai, she's a horrible Asian to date. And she actually used to make fun of black men at one point. She used to say, oh, I prefer white meat. I put the black meat on the side. It's exactly what she does. That's exactly what it does. And she, by the way, she was Americanized just like anybody else. So you could be a horrible Asian woman too, no matter what race you are. Listen, if you are a feminist, we don't care what you are. We don't want you. And it's unfortunate that a lot of black women are feminists and they fell for the marketing of feminism. And this is why we're here. Anyway, tell me what you guys think about this. If you agree with me, pump your fist in the comments. I appreciate you. Also, get prepared. We're doing a live stream on Friday, 10K subscriber celebration. That's right. I'm giving away hats, giving away some green caps. I'm giving away a pair of sneakers. If you guys want to win, you got to submit your email address. I'm going to put a link in the description for the email submission very shortly so you guys can supply your emails and enter the raffle to win. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Also, we're going to let people call in. Some of my OG subscribers are going to call in. Some of the new subscribers are going to call in. I'm going to let girls call in. We're going to have a grand old time. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.